My life decisions are affected much by emotions. The emotions affect all areas of my life, at work, spending money, and how I relate with others. Even when I am making videos, sometimes due to emotions, I ended up lying on the sofa until I fall asleep. How can I be spontaneous without being driven by emotions?
If in your shop you are selling many things, varieties of things instead of one things, which shop you will call a richer shop? Hmm?
Variety, Swami, variety.
Hmm. So there is nothing wrong in emotions. When the master is absent or the teacher is not in the class, then students, especially the rowdy students, those who are mischievous, spoiled brats, they make a lot of noise. But if the teacher is present, just the presence of the teacher makes them silent. So, in your question, it looks as if you want to, there is a subtle hint that you want to destroy emotions. So, whatever we are not able to deal with, we want to get rid of it. We want to damage it, destroy it, or crush it, or suppress it. But the real art is that without destroying it, you are able to control it. I'm not saying control in a like you have to suppress it. When something more powerful is present, in the presence of something more powerful, those who are lower than it, or you can say something which is higher than all these things, in the very presence of something higher, lower things all become silent or harmonious. So what you have to do is to bring something higher. Our focus, our emphasis is how to control it, how to destroy it, how to be spontaneous, how not allow our emotion to dominate us. But it is not going to happen as long as there is not something within you, as long as there is nothing present within you which is of higher level than these things. At the same level, like you can control it, your emotion by thought, but then there will be a fight between your emotions and your thought. You will become schizophrenic. So at the same level, if you want to create a inner peace or harmony, it is not going to happen. So that is the whole discovery of mystics, especially the Eastern mystics. That already existence has given you, before you have the thirst, the water is already available. Within you, the watcher, the witness is already there. You have been giving attention to the whole life, you have been given attention to your body or your thoughts or your emotions. You have never given any attention in this life or in any of your previous life. In trying to see something within you, is there anything which is which can be the master of all those things. The master has to, if the master is identified with something lower, then the mastery is lost. Only when the master is aloof, separate, disidentified, you can call it watcher on the hill. The moment you become identified, the moment you start relating with lower things, you will become corrupted. You will become contaminated. So this witness has to be known as something which is separate from whatever you are able to witness. So first thing is, because you know your thoughts, your thinking, you don't know anything beyond it. So this thought has to become one. How it will become one? When your search goes in one direction, when your whole energy moves in one direction, when you want only one thing, you want to be master of your inner life. As long as you want many things, you can never become integrated. Your thought can never become integrated. Once even your ego or you become one, you call it crystallized ego. Otherwise, even our ego is going in hundreds of directions at the same time. Or this moment I want this next moment I want something else. So the maturity means, once you have understood or recognized that I have to do the first thing first. The first thing is that I have a car, but everything is in the car. The car is going full speed, but the driver is missing. Only when the driver is present, he can use, when the brakes are needed, he can use it. When the accelerator is needed, he can use it. When in the presence of the driver, you know at what speed you have to drive at what time. So once the master is present, it knows when the emotions are needed. Sometimes emotions are also needed. And as you start watching your emotions, they start changing its quality. They will become more and more purified. Even your sex energy is made up of emotion. Whatever you call love is also emotion. The more purified your emotion is, more purer your love will be. But there is something beyond that kind of love, which is not biological, where you have become totally aware. And once you have become totally aware, then you know that the same witnessing consciousness is in everyone. So then you know that there is no division. It is like the same electricity which is running in all kind of apparatus, whether it is fan or AC or your fridge or your bulb. And once you know this, the source of everyone is the same life, and we have all this witnessing consciousness within, then the fight will no longer be there. So if you want to be spontaneous, if you want that something which is higher than emotion should be the decision maker in your life about everything, then you will have to make this effort to be conscious. As you become more watchful, you will be able to be aware of your physical movements. You will be aware when thoughts are moving inside you. It is like In the sky, clouds are moving. But sky is not cloud. That if the cloud start believing that it is cloud, whether the cloud is white or black, we want to identify with the white cloud, which we call positive thoughts, and we want to get rid of negative clouds, which we call negative thoughts. But for a man who want to transcend all those things, transcendence doesn't mean that you have to kill it or destroy it. You have gone beyond it. They are there, present, but you are on top of it. You are one who is the watcher on the hill, and you can see everything moving down. Once you know you are separate from all those things, then they can no longer overpower you. They can no longer influence you. They can no longer dominate you. But this is a sign of your maturity that you want to be a watcher. By being a watcher, no one is going to give you a Nobel Prize. No one is going to appreciate you. So this is something which you have to do if you love yourself, if you love the life which has been given to you. But if you are looking for public support, for popularity, for recognition, you cannot go deep into it, because the whole world will be against it. It is not serving anyone's vested interest. Your parents will not like it. Your colleagues will not like it. Because as you become more settled in your witnessing, they will look very childish in comparison to you. They will look very inferior. Then they will start condemning you that you are an outsider, you are unsocial. And then they would not like you. They cannot be a friend to you, because what they know is emotions, what they know is thinking, what they know is your desire to possess things, to eat in restaurant and do all kind of stupid thing. Once you become more alert, more conscious, all this desire to do all these stupid thing will vanish, because if you have eyes, seeing that there is a ditch ahead, you are not going to fall into it. So if you want to be spontaneous, you have to be each and every moment aware. You have to be in the present. Because if you are in the past or if you are in the future, being in past or future is that your mind is thinking about what happened in the past, or you are imagining, you are dreaming about this I am going to attain in future. These are just daydreamings. You are here. The past is dead. It's no more. And future has not yet come. It is just in your imagination. The only reality is this moment, here and now. So once you have understood it, that if you are lost in your thinking, you have lost connection with reality. Then you will try to be in the present, and then whatever you do will have more significance. Even while you are eating food, it will be more tasty, because you are present. Only your presence can make anything significant. Only then there will be meaning in your life. So if you want your decisions to be taken, not to be taken by your emotions or your thoughts, then you have to give attention to something which is already there and which is higher than these things. And if you want to be master of your life, being at the level of body or emotions or thoughts, you cannot be the master. The master has to be something which is higher than these things. Its level has to be higher. Once something higher is present, all lower things will become silent and harmonious. You want to ask something more about it?
So is it like whenever there are strong emotions, so in the past it was always these emotions will pull
It was always?
in the past, right? Sometimes when there were strong emotions, those emotions will pull me into certain direction. So then I will react in certain way or do certain things. So is it like when the the awareness is there, something the higher is there, so because this policeman is there, so it will know that maybe that direction is not the right way to go, so in the end I will not be affected by the emotion. Is it like that?
First thing is that something higher has to be present. And it can be present only when you start giving it more importance than your body, your thinking, your emotion. Because whatever you give attention to becomes stronger in you. So it cannot be present if for only for 1 hour you want to somehow to be like it is you are taking a shower, so you want to be clean for 1 hour. It has to be a 24-hour effortless effort. That means you will try to remember that your very nature. If there is nothing present within you which knows everything, whatever happens in and around you, how you become aware of anything? So there is something always within you which is aware of anything that happens in your inner sky or your inner mirror. So that is there always, but it needs food. You have kept it starving for many lives. Now you have to give attention to it. It is there. You have to respect it. You have to welcome it. You have to give it the throne of your life. So far other people are ruling your life. They are on the throne. Now you have to declare this as the king of your life. Once you welcome it and give it more importance to than anything else, then it will make your inner life harmonious. And other people, because they are all unconscious, they will always create situations where you can be dragged down. But then you have to, that's why it is a flight of alone to alone. If you are interested in influencing other, in getting respectability from other, in getting their attention, then you are already giving them more importance than the truth within you. So you have to understand, either you can live a awake life, conscious life, or you can satisfy other people. If you want to satisfy other, then you have to remain unconscious, because they are all unconscious. So they would like uniformity. They will like you also to be part of them. That's why a crowd never loves someone who is not part of the crowd. If you are in a madhouse and you are sane, they will think you are the only mad person here, and they will do everything to make you mad. And once you have become one part of them, then they will be happy. So you have to start living your life with more alertness, you have to learn this knack You have to learn the art of being aloof, being in the marketplace but not being part of it. So what you ask? What was the last thing you asked?
In the past, usually like sometimes there are strong emotions, then the emotions will pull me into certain direction. So is it like when there is a watchfulness, there's an awareness, a policeman there, so this policeman will somehow tell me that that is not the right direction to go, so I will not be affected by the emotion.
No one will tell you, because if someone is telling you, then that is a thought. If the witness is present, its presence is so strong, you know that it is there. No one needs to tell you. And there will be no thought telling you that now the policeman is present. And this is not a policeman. In that sense that this is not a terrorist, not something which will make you afraid. It is a very gentle presence. It is there. If you want to disregard it, it will remain asleep within you. You have to nourish it by making it most important thing in your life. As long as it is even in the second position, it will not grow, it cannot grow. It has to be number one only. Only then, because this is number one, your life without being conscious, you are just a log in the water. The log goes on wherever the current takes it. So if you want something higher, if you want the highest thing, then you have to make effort for it also. You have to pay the price also. Even in the world, if you want to be a professor in Harvard, it is the most arduous thing, most difficult thing. If you want to be the president or prime minister of a country, then the whole life you have to make effort. If you want to be a topmost actor in the film industry, then just by desiring it is not going to happen. You have to direct your whole life in that direction. So once the witness is present, everything will become silent. Only when the witness is absent, then these things start ruling you. It's like for example, when the strongest man is in the class, all other students, they will be afraid, so they are not going to do anything wrong in his presence. In the same way, when something higher is present, lower things will be silent. It is like when you have eyes, you are not going to fall in all kind of ditches, or you will not have accidents. If you say that I am colliding to everything in my room, that is very clear sign that you don't have the eyes. Then it means that you have to do everything to have eyes. So as long as emotions are overpowering you, that means you have nothing within you which is higher than emotions. So you have to make effort in that direction. Otherwise, just by asking question, nothing is going to happen. It needs patience, it needs effort for a long time. It needs more effort than being a lecturer, than even being a scientist. Because that is the highest thing within you, it is present. But you have to dig deep within you to find it out. It is like a diamond which is present in the very depth. You have to go on digging and remove all the obstacles. Once the diamond is in your hand, then you know that it is the diamond. No one needs to tell you. Is it clear?
Yes, very clear, Swami, very clear.
So make effort now. Don't just go on asking and never doing anything sincerely. Just by
Yes, Swami, yes.
sending things to me, this is not going to happen. That is another thing. Now you have to make effort in that direction also. It is not going to happen on its own. This is not something that anyone can give it to you. No master can donate it to you. They can give you the direction. They can tell you this is the way. First thing is that you have to trust. Once you have trusted, then you have to make effort. And you also know somewhere that whenever you are more silent, then things are more harmonious within you. Whenever you are more meditative, then everything is in control. But why things are in control when you are in meditation? Because you are more conscious compared to other time you are more conscious. If you have got some glimpse, then that has to become the central thing in your life. That's why we need a commune where the central thing is that. But only when you have this much sincerity, then these things can happen. Otherwise, it cannot happen. When you are lukewarm, when you are half-hearted. That's why commune is needed. It can happen only when few people are going in one direction. If you want all the relationship, if you want all your friends, if you want to help this and that, you won't be able to help anyone. You won't be even able to help yourself. What to say about others? That's why it looks like selfishness when we say that first help yourself or first take care of yourself. But without taking care of yourself, you cannot take care of anyone else. If you are yourself sick, how can you make anyone healthy? For those who have understood, those who have some spiritual understanding, they will try to make their own life more saner, more significant, more meaningful. That will be the help for everyone. Once they have something to share, it will be shared naturally. So there is no need that we should try to help others. You may try to help others, but the help will never reach them because they are not ready to take it. They are already so programmed, they are already so dead. You tried to help her, so what happened? She is not at all interested in meditation. You are little lucky that you listened to me and you trusted and you started. Otherwise, just maybe because of your suffering, little bit of maturity has happened. Otherwise, we are so adamant, we are so egoistic, we don't want to listen to anyone else. That was her situation also. You are not lucky, you are lucky because you sometimes listen to me. Otherwise, you can still go mad. If you start making enlightenment into an ambition, don't try to create ambition in your life. Just try to be simple. The watcher is already there. You don't have to do anything. You have to just give attention to it. You are giving attention to your cloth. You want to be Cleopatra or you want to be Amal or whatever. Stop these all bullshit. You are whatever you are, a hippopotamus. Enjoy being a hippopotamus. Huh?
Yes, Swami.
Enjoy whatever existence has made you. Make your witness more beautiful instead of, by making it more beautiful, it's not that you have to make it, it is already beautiful. You have to just know it, you have to be settled in it. You understood or not?
Yes, understood.
Life is small, give attention to the important thing. Don't try to be a deer, you are a hippopotamus. Remain a hippopotamus. Don't take it seriously.
I'm not taking it seriously, Swami. I know you are joking.
Maybe whatever fat you have gathered also, that is also because you were just living a very asleep life. That's why you have to take all those medicine and all those things that have made you puffed up.
Yes.
You have become what it is called, popcorn. Is it clear or not?
Very clear, Swami. Very clear.
As long as you are ruled by your emotions or your thought, madness is just little distance away. If you don't want to be mad, then make all effort to know something which is beyond your emotions, beyond your thought. Otherwise, there is always chance for anyone, for everyone. They can fall. Because if you are identified with your emotions or thought, that means you are lost in the jungle of emotions and thoughts. And you have no torchlight. Anytime you can be totally lost. And you will not get any food, you will starve to death there in the jungle. Everyone will come with a different story, but you should have only one prescription, only one medicine. That is what Osho used to say. I have only one medicine. It is the ultimate medicine. Because people in East have discovered it. Because if you have your problem is psychological or mental, then the solution also has to be inner solution. If your problem is inner, you cannot solve it from outside. By giving medicine, how can you destroy cause of your problem? You can suppress it, but you cannot destroy it. And even if your medicine is making your brain calm, it is tranquilizer, then you have to go on taking, and it will have its side effect also. Once you have understood the causes of why you are unpeaceful, why you have this turmoil, why there is so much lack of silence in your life or lack of peace. Once you have understood the cause, then you are cured. You have to stop doing all those things which create disturbance in your life.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And send us one apple a day because we want to eat food from the tree of knowledge.